I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Whoa.
I don't like your attitude.
So when you get people with masks and videoing, we have to just ask.
Ooh, I'm on private property?
It's not a state of emergency, but we allow our people to wear masks if they want to.
I understand this is a public facility.
Oh,
Right.
no,
But
it was
it turned
more,
into a
is this
nothing
guy
burger?
planting a bomb? Is he going to blow up the governor's helicopter?
September 13th, 2023. I'm in Tumwater, city of Thurston County in Washington State. God, it's nice out today. I think it's about 66, 65 degrees, slight breeze. This is my favorite kind of weather. I know you guys were all dying to know that. But I am at the Timberland Library System Administration Office. So there's a lot of Timberland libraries all over the area here, and this is their administrative office. Oh, nothing? Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Sir, I got to ask, who are you?
What's that?
Who are you?
Oh, just someone taking some pictures and video.
For who?
Just for myself.
You're on private property. Have you checked with anybody about doing this?
Ooh, I'm on private property? Wow. Are you sure?
I've worked here for 18 years.
So what's...
This is the Timberland Regional Library Service Center.
Oh, and that's private. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
When did it become private? Is it from the beginning, or?
I'm not going to argue with you. You should check before you go around starting taking pictures out here.
Oh, yeah, no, it's totally okay that I do.
Did you check with anybody?
No, but it's still okay. Yeah. No sweat.
Yeah. And you're with who?
Myself.
Just private.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to check with my supervisor and make sure.
Yeah, no sweat, man. What was your name again?
What's your name?
Steve.
Huh?
Steve.
Keith?
Steve.
I'm Dale.
Steve, you're Dale. Nice to
Yeah.
meet you, Dale. Everything good, Dale? Everything good to go?
Do not go in any of these buildings. Okay?
Why is this going to go in there and do a public records request?
Pardon me?
Why is this going to go in there and do a public records request?
A public records request.
Yeah, you can do those at libraries.
This is not a library.
Well, it's a library administration office.
Yes, it is.
Still do here.
Yeah. Why don't you come with me? Let's go talk to my supervisor.
Oh, if you want to bring your supervisor, I just prefer. It's a nice, perfect day. It's like 65 with a slight breeze. I mean, it's not going to be like that inside.
Let me explain something to you.
Sure.
I'm a retired police officer, okay?
Sure.
So when I get somebody like you who's very suspicious, you're going around taking pictures inside the building, you haven't checked with anybody to make sure you can do that, you're doing a public records request.
You're a retired police officer.
Yes, I am. Yeah. So,
What's the confusion about right now?
well, because you're on private property and you haven't checked with anybody about taking pictures and so forth. And so I'm going to check with my supervisor and make sure that they don't have a problem with
How
that.
could you be a retired police officer and come to the conclusion
You know what?
this is private?
You know what? I'm not going to argue with
I
you.
wouldn't either, man. I don't think that education at the police department did you any help. Stay strong, though, Dale, okay? Find out what you need to find out, buddy.
Is that in your way?
Oh, no, not at all. Actually, I was going to ask you a question about it. So I noticed, obviously, those big boxes over there just have a ton of books in them. Is that basically what you guys are doing, is picking them up, or are you just dropping them off? Or?
That's books that will be donated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what was happening with
Yeah.
them. So, thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, Dale? Everything good to go?
No, we're still checking on things.
Still checking on things?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I had a pop quiz for you. If this is private,
I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Whoa.
I don't like your attitude. Okay?
Whoa, I just noticed that there's exempt plates here.
I don't like your attitude.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're a police officer in North Korea or something, but it doesn't seem like it's probably in a land that enjoys freedom. Well, Dale now, he's getting a little overly aggressive with me.
Well, I mean, you can't do. I understand this is a public facility. But
Whoa, hold on a minute. Did you just say this is public?
You're on private property. Have you checked with anybody about doing this?
I don't know the particular.
Uh-oh.
Okay, what?
Hey, Dale.
Okay.
I think we got a conflict
You
here,
still
buddy.
have to have permission. You can't just come in here. Everything has a key card. Do you have a key card?
No, that's why I haven't gone inside.
Okay. That's the same with that shop there. You can set up a meeting.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I'm just having like
Dale
a
was
real.
saying you were getting a little testy with him. So,
I was getting testy.
sir, I'm not doing this. Okay.
Hey, you might not want to. You might want to, in fact, walk away. Okay.
I will, but I just want to make sure everything is cool.
Well, it doesn't sound like that's actually what you want to do. It sounds like what you're trying to do is escalate things.
No, I just want to.
No, if you were actually going to be polite, you'd have a conversation with me instead of walking away and being rude.
Okay. Well, what is your deal here then?
My deal here is I have a public employee, Dale, who is telling me that this is a private facility. You're telling me it's a public facility. Honestly, I'd just like to get the straight scoop here. Is it public or private?
I just work here. I do not deal with that kind of stuff. So I'm just wondering why you're here with a camera taking pictures.
You know,
without-
I was going to explain that to staff after I was done, but now that Dale's saying he's a retired police officer
But
and
you
then
can't-
acting the way that he did,
Okay, but you can't just explain.
maybe we
to
should
him
open
why-
up some old case files and see if there was, some things that happened that shouldn't have been happening.
That very well could be. I know nothing about
aggressive
that.
behavior like that when he's retired tells me there's probably some bad things happening.
But why do you have to wait till it's over to tell him why you're here? I guess.
There is, I promise you, when I'm done and I explain why I was waiting till the end to explain, it will make every bit of sense. If I told you now, it would completely ruin everything.
Okay. Well, I will check with what supervisors I can find.
I appreciate it. What was your name again?
Is that necessary?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Are you a public employee? I mean, if you're not a public employee, then you don't have to tell me.
All right.
All right. Hey, Dale, seriously, man, let's turn over a new leaf here, okay? Let's turn over a new leaf. Let's not have this be an angry moment, okay? What's going on?
What did you just say?
I said, let's turn over a new leaf and not have this be an angry moment from you like it was a second ago. let's just work together to find out what's really going on. Your coworker's telling me it's public. You're telling me it's private. You're a retired police officer. What's leading you to believe that this is a private facility that it shouldn't be on?
I'm not going to argue.
It's not an argument. I'm asking a question, Dale.
No, I know your type of person, and I'm not going to play your game.
I'm not playing a game, man.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
Well, Dale, I sincerely hope you have a better day, okay? Try not to be so
I'm having
hungry.
a great day.
Well, good. I'm glad you are. Do you know which supervisor is coming out? No? Not on talking terms anymore?
No.
Are you the supervisor? No.
Nope.
Okay. Apparently waiting for a supervisor.
Yeah, that's what I'm filing it out here.
So Dale, were you a police officer here in Tumwater?
I'm not going to have any more conversation with you. Leave it up to my supervisor.
All right.
And you don't need to, Dale, because you don't know what his purpose is or who he is.
I know, I tried to get that out of there.
You're doing this right. You're doing this right.
I'm sorry, that plane is making it hard to hear.
Oh, no problem. I was just coming around to the front to find you. There you are. Okay. Sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Can
my
I
name's,
help you?
My name's Steve.
Pardon me?
My name's Steve. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Steve. I'm Candy. I'm with the HR.
Oh, okay. Are you, okay, never mind. HR.
Yeah, just,
Well, I was just coming back here to gather content for something I'm working on, and
are you a journalist? Or
I don't want to explain everything quite yet. Tell 'em about
Okay,
it,
well,
so.
we do have to be, safety first. So when you get people with masks and videoing, we have to just ask.
I was actually asking because I noticed this sign right here, it says, hey, here's this policy, you can look it up online, right? And it's really clear, right?
Okay.
But these three, they don't have any, anything. It's just, and I know this may sound a little weird, but I don't know if just some random employee put those up or if it was ordered by a judge, or if it was ordered by...
Oh, we put it up to highlight. A lot of people don't take the time to read the longer poster, so we put the other signs up. We closed our building because COVID protocols.
So
Yeah.
Be careful if COVID numbers rise.
Well,
and all that,
it's
right?
not a state of emergency, but we allow our people to wear masks if they want to.
A lot of that, so there you
but
go.
we just have to be also, safety-wise, because people do strange things these days, and so especially with gear and everything. So,
Yeah,
can I
cameras.
ask is there something I can?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm having an issue with Dale here acting a wee bit overly aggressive to me. And
Do you mean just now?
just now, conjuring up his old days of being a police officer. It seems like maybe
Well,
he's
I think
reminiscing
he's
about
also just probably got the general safety
that had
issues.
nothing to do with my exchange at Iconic.
Okay.
Camera.
Okay.
Zero
Well, if you'd like
do with it.
to share with me what.
Yeah, I was just gathering content. Like I said, photo and video. Dale asks me initially politely, "Hey, what's going on?" I didn't really explain too much to him because I don't need to.
Right. Well, it
right?
is our property, so we try
Whose
to.
property is it?
Timberland Regional Library. It's on. We lease
And
this from.
I'm glad we got to that point. Dale was saying I'm on private property. Is that the case?
Well, it's it's our property. That's why we can fence it off or we
Sure. But is
monitor
it private property or?
It actually, this whole area belongs to the port, I believe, and we lease this portion of it.
But is Timberland Lake, is the Timberland Library system rather, is it a public library or a private library?
It's a public library where
so
public
the
employees.
lease that they have between the port and you guys, therefore makes this
I
public
don't
property.
have the details on the lease because I don't.
So
that's not part of
your
my.
employee here, who refused to give his name, I think was correct. Absolutely was correct initially. He said it's public property, but I've got this employee saying it's public, and Dale, who's a retired police officer.
To get in, you can't just walk in.
Nobody can just come in.
Where did I go in at?
I think he's just being, people, you hear things these days about people
I know, 9/11
doing things, and so we're not trying to be uncooperative, but we also are trying to be safety conscious because we all work here. And
I think it's just very odd that you're being very vague about what you're doing here, but you're asking a lot of questions.
Right, and we're happy to provide information.
Well,
does that not seem odd?
Not at all. In fact, it's rude. And the reason it's rude is because you guys are public employees. I know this. You get funding and your paychecks come from the government. As a government employee, the thing that protects me from having my rights abridged is something that Dale forgot. It's called the Fourth Amendment. I'm secure in my papers, my effects. I don't have to announce to you who I am. And the fact that you guys are trying to do this under the guise of safety and security.
Well, we're just trying to figure out what your purpose is and how we can help you because we're
I was going to go around to the front and ask for some stuff. Why would you think I would need help if I'm just being a photographer taking photos? Do you guys walk up to a photographer in the field and say, hey,
our
Mr.
building is
Photographer,
actually not a public building, unlike our libraries where anybody can go into.
So
there's a sign on the front door.
Public can't go in? Public can't go in?
If you'd like to read the sign or film it, you can.
Yeah, I'll go around to the
Yeah.
So we can't submit public records requests in person here?
You can bring them if there's a doorbell. So if someone does come, you could ring the bell and you could drop off the request. The form for that is on our website. So we're happy to take that.
Well, usually when I like to seek redress of my grievances when I seek redress of my grievances with my government, I usually like to do it in person. I get more of a better response
bring
that
it.
way. Usually, Dale.
Well, I think Dale's just trying to, do the right thing.
Private.
I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Whoa.
I don't like your attitude.
We don't get a lot of people around with cameras and masks, and I think he was just...
Well, there's a ton of people walking around with masks nowadays.
Okay.
I mean,
right. Well, I guess...
COVID numbers are kicking up. There's a ton of people.
And this is usually not a place that people frequent, so I think he was just started out trying to help, it sounds like, and it got a little...
he came up right up on me. I mean, about 4
because we
inches
wouldn't
from me.
want people just walking in the building.
When somebody walks up and says, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm done with you, and says that on camera, gets more
he does
gorgeous.
have the right to not continue a conversation. However, we are happy to get your request. And so, like I said, do you have computer access where you can get all the
but
forms?
what I'm going to do is, I'd like to see, first of all, if I could get a printed records request form. I'll go get a cup of coffee, fill it out, bring it back, ring the doorbell if that's the process, and submit it to you.
Yeah. Where are you?
I'll just wait for it if you can print it out.
Well, I don't want to really leave you here if there's some bad blood happening here. If you're going to.
Well, I think Dale knows. There's a couple things that shouldn't be happening.
Well,
he's a retired police officer.
Please leave him.
He shouldn't be assaulting or anything.
I don't think he's assaulting.
Which you got close to, Dale. You didn't do it. But you know what I'm talking about.
I think you're this is not feeling really good, but I'm happy to get you a copy. Where can I bring it? Are you going to be?
I'll just be right here.
Can you?
I've got more content to gather.
Well, you're not allowed to go in any fenced-in areas like this.
Well,
I don't know, I don't know what your purpose is, so I'll assume it's honorable, but we just have to be.
There you go, and that's the reason we'll approach here.
So could I ask you to just wait there? It's going to take me a few minutes to find the form, and
I'll just be generally in this area. You'll see me.
Okay, well,
got 2 cameras
please stay away from staff, if I could ask that of you, because we don't want any more.
Well, the beautiful thing about live streaming is that, if something were to happen, and I have to feel that Dale is wise enough to know not to do something.
Well, we also have cameras, so just
please see, there you go.
That.
We got cameras to make sure that Dale doesn't act untoward. And
that nobody does things that are
Well, I've done
inappropriate.
nothing, and I've got it all on
Then
camera
that's
right
great.
now.
Then we have no problem. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay, cool.
And you just please stay away. Stay out of the
I'll
awning.
be where I can be publicly.
Yeah, please
accessible.
don't.
Yeah, I'll be in there. Can I still get your name though, since you are a public employee? So you're gonna make me do a public records request to get his name and salary?
We
and
don't
all
have
that?
to create a record that doesn't exist. So.
Correct,
I'm
but
gonna
if he's a public
I'm going to
employee-
take my staff person, and we're going to
Wow.
come in, and I'm going to get you what you want.
All right.
If you guys want, you can come in the building.
Okay.
So is someone else's?
First,
Yeah.
yeah.
He should come in. And I'll be back.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Wow. That escalated in a way it did not need to. Dale did not need to do what he did earlier. They did not need to behave like that. There's this gathering B-roll footage, and they're losing their minds. I have to explain my presence, apparently. That's how our freedoms work nowadays. You're free as long as you can qualify your freedoms. If you can't explain your freedoms, though, that's where your freedoms end. Only if they're justified.
There's 4 copies for you.
That's great. Thank you. I'll go fill that out and bring it back. I know it's a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Well, I know,
That's
but
part of the reason I was coming over here is in the backside of DNR for this today. I think that should get some people.
well, you understand with there's the state has things happening here. We have to try to make sure that nobody is doing anything nefarious.
That's why the police are here. It's not the library that should be doing that.
Yeah.
So take care.
All right. Well, please, if you need anything, there's a number and stuff on there. But it sounds it makes the staff. They're not used to having people come up and ask those things.
Hour or two or so.
Oh well, please try to stay out of there. We have people driving back here with our vehicles and stuff.
I'll only be where we can publicly be, so.
Okay. All right.
Hey, take care. Man, that was cool. That was really cool. I love seeing the whole water demonstration thing too. Man, I love stuff like that. You know, honestly, even as you get older, even if you've seen a whole bunch of things like just really cool vehicles or whatever, I never get tired of stuff like that, especially helicopters. I just think helicopters are great. You guys should comment below, let me know what you think. Are you guys Uber helicopter fans and other really cool inventions of humanity as well, or have you kind of burned out on it as you've gotten older? Well, I'm going to head up front to the front office and make a complaint. Hey,
you have something for
just a
us?
quick question. So I also wanted to see if I could speak with, I guess, the director of the library or something.
The
Is
what,
that-
director?
The director, whoever.
That's Cheryl, and she's not here right now, but
Okay.
I can, if do you have something, I can have her call you
Well,
if you want to interview her.
No, I definitely don't want to do that yet.
Okay.
But what I would like to do is file a complaint against Dale.
You try to, I'm sorry.
I'd like to file a complaint against Dale.
Okay, well, you could do that when you bring back the public
Do you have a
records
complaint
request.
form, or I just
We
wanna
don't
write
have
on
a
the back?
formal complaint form. You could write it on,
On the back or something?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah,
I'll
and
do
just-
that. And then I just wanted to clarify something. You said back there, obviously the Public Records Act doesn't require you to create a record. Clearly, you are correct about
right.
that. But
Thank you.
the guy's name back there, that would be on a record. The guy whose name I asked. I mean, wouldn't it just be reasonable to just
Well,
provide
it
him with his name?
depends on what you know. It's feeling a little threatening, I must say. I feel a
Threatening?
little. Yeah, I do feel a little threatened. So that's why we don't.
Yeah, and that's why what I want to do is make it. If you want to come out here, that's fine. I'm trying to make an extra effort right now to dispel any concerns you have. First of all, I have no ill will or desire to have anything negative happen to me. When I was back there, my desire was truly to just be left alone. Now, Dale initially confronted me and said, "What are you doing back here?" I told
Well,
him,
and that's what we would. I
Yeah.
think he said you were headed into one of our buildings or toward one of the doors to our back building.
he pointed to the maintenance. So to clarify on that, he walked over there. He said he was going to find a supervisor. And my guess is he felt the supervisor would be in that building. I didn't know what that building was at the time. He just walked over there.
Well, I know
So
what
I
it
started
is.
walking over in that direction. He came out and he said, "You can't be in there." And I said, "Well, you know," actually I can't remember what I said to him at that point. But then he, you know, anyone, you, me, or anyone, would feel threatened if another grown male walked up to you, got within 4 inches of your face, put his finger in your face, and said, "I'm done with you."
Well, I
Now-
don't think that's probably how the conversation started.
You're going to
anyway.
see the story online because I'm going to show the
Okay.
link to it.
Well, that I
So
mean,
you guys will see that.
fair.
This is the unbiased witness. It never
And-
lies.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what it is that you're looking for, but if you,
Well, I'll share with you why I'm here now.
Okay.
Now, basically, now I'm going to bring back the complaint and the public records request. I'm a journalist.
okay.
I was here gathering B-roll
Well,
footage.
see, and that's what I asked you, and then
Yeah, but you don't understand what kind of journalist I am. I'm an investigative journalist.
Okay.
So the kinds of journalists you usually see, like reporters and anchors, they typically call a public information officer. They set up an appointment to have an interview or something like that. The public agency at that point usually has an opportunity to get their ducks in a row and do all that. I got tips and leads from a citizen of Thurston County that there was something unfortunate happening in the book dock area.
in the book drop
Back where it
area?
was, the book dock area is what they, that's what they told me it was.
Oh,
Okay, so I went back there to gather B-roll footage about that. Now, if I had told you guys, and this is the part I wanted to share with you because I told you about this earlier, if I had told you that I was an investigative journalist coming here
that
because...
would have made me feel better, because then at
Well,
least I
sure,
know
but then
what
it
your
also would have
purpose
given
is.
you guys potentially, I didn't know how the story was going to turn out, it would have potentially given you guys the ability to clean up something that I was there to
Oh.
see if was going on. Now, nothing was going on that I was told about. So
Yeah.
now what I can do is when I
Can
publish
I
the story...
Get an idea of what kind of, I mean, I'm looking at the book drops and I'm thinking that's not very exciting or salacious.
Well,
there.
I'll tell you exactly what the tip and lead was, is that these books that were being, that were in those, like, large boxes,
Oh, the
were
courier
supposedly being sold by employees at, like, outrageous rates to take advantage of people and stuff like that. Now,
Oh.
I had no reason to believe this or disbelieve it. All I was doing as a
We
journalist
usually
was
donate
just...
them to the Friends of the Library book sales, or there's a couple companies that come and get them
Sure.
and recycle them.
And
we
the
call them weeds. They're not worth it.
Yeah. Now, the person that gave me the tip and lead, I'm not a librarian. I don't know what you guys
Yeah.
do. I mean, I'm a journalist. So I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I'll
it's-
take the tip and lead and go see if that's the case. Now, guess what's happened?
You're
Nothing.
welcome to, and we can send you all kinds of, because there's a whole process for weeding things.
Yeah.
Taking them out of collection, maybe nobody's checking them out, they're old, they've been updated.
Yeah.
And so we weed them, and so we don't have a use for them, but
Sure.
probably nobody else.
But here's the thing. Now,
either.
obviously, it does. Honestly, a lot of times this happens, and I usually don't take stories like this that seem to me like they probably are not
Okay.
credible, unless I'm in an area already reporting on other things, and I'm like, well, I'm doing that story. It's a mile away. I'll
Okay.
swing by and
Well,
grab it.
you got an understanding with, like, I mean, the governor flies in. That could have been him landing. So you have to understand if someone's, you know, it's just, we usually just don't get people
In all
wandering
fairness,
around.
though, it
So
wouldn't
if
be
you're-
the library SWAT team that's going to respond to take everyone
Well, I think we look pretty.
It would have been local
intimidating.
police and state patrol that would have been handling
Well,
the
that's why
security.
it's not very common, so that's why
Sure.
we have to just
I
try
get
to
that.
be.
So anyways,
I,
that's
I
why-
appreciate you explaining a little bit more.
And as I had said to you earlier, I would explain to you at the end what I was doing. And
It would just make a lot more sense instead of being very vague as all we were
It just made it feel
Well,
very.
If somebody showed up at your house taking pictures and it's
You'd
for
be like, buddy, what are you
GPS
doing here?
tracking
What-
or
Yeah, I
whatever,
get what you're
would it-
saying, but that's apples to
I
oranges.
understand, but
It's not your house. It's not your
Well, and
house.
we
and it's
get
not
it
your
in
house.
our libraries,
I
but here at the
understand
service
that,
center,
but-
it's just we're not used to those kind of
The
interactions.
benefit of having a free press so that I can come and check out, now seemingly a nothing burger story, right?
Mm-hmm.
The benefit of having a free press though is, what if I had caught something like that?
Oh, well then,
then
I
that would be a story
want
that
you
the
to
public
catch
would
it.
want to know about. What would have happened is you guys would have been, oh my gosh, Steve, what a jerk. I can't believe he did that. Now we got to get Steve out of here or whatever.
Oh,
right?
No,
But
it was
turned into
more,
a
is
nothing
this
burger.
guy planting a bomb? Is he going to blow up the governor's helicopter? Is he going to, why is is he going to put a bomb
Now, see,
in
what
one of our vans?
if you honestly thought something like that was going to happen, you know what I really would have rather have had you done?
I was about to call the police.
Yeah.
We
You should
were-
call the police.
Yeah, I
Don't
was
wait
going
for
to
that.
bring you the forms, and if you went peacefully, that was it. But otherwise, if it had kept going,
But it was peaceful.
it's intimidating though. Your demeanor
In no way was I intimidating.
Okay.
Dale, unfortunately,
Well.
started that conflict. He's the one that walked up and got aggressive. He's a police officer. He understands what use of force continuum rules are. He understands how to use force, when not to use force. And he got up in my face and was being disorderly.
Well, and you said you were going to write something up for me, so I would.
Well, I'm going to
appreciate-
publish the story online on my channel.
Well-
I've got a media company out of Wyoming, and Dale, unfortunately, is going to get the public's ire, I think, for behaving in a very inappropriate manner.
Well, I mean, it's free press, right? But I hope you understand that there was no ill will. We're just trying to be good stewards.
I got ill will from Dale.
Yeah, and I
Dale was walking right up to the line. You know, you just don't approach another grown man that close and put your finger in his face with a threatening tone. Is
You mean like that?
Just like this.
Yeah.
So that's what he was doing. Exactly. So you're making my point about
I
Dale.
know, and it's very intimidating. So there we go.
So imagine Dale getting within 4 inches of you and doing the same thing to you. Would you find that to be threatening? You would. You
Well,
just
I
said
know
so.
Dale, and he would tell me what he needed or why he was upset with me.
But anyways, so I've explained why I've been
well,
here. So
I'm glad,
I really
and
appreciate
if
we've
you
cleared
want,
this all
if you
up.
need more info or you want to
Yeah, I'll
bring
bring
up
it
a
by. I'll
complaint,
submit it.
like you mentioned, please do. I mean,
Honestly, at this point,
if you think
I will
we've
just email it
resolved
from my
then-
company email address, and I'll publish the story. I'll share a link to the story there,
All right.
and hopefully it can just be dealt with in a low-key way with Dale. I think really all that needs to
Well,
happen
and we
is just have
would,
someone
and I've
talk to
asked
him
him
and say,
to write
"Don't
up
do this."
what happened, and if you would like to contribute to that,
I'll tell him to be honest, because the camera's going to show exactly what happened. So
there
don't-
you go.
tell him not to
So,
embellish.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get ours too from our IT folks, and
Okay.
so
right.
I appreciate that, and I hope you got my good side. That's all I have to say.
Absolutely.
I don't know what that is, but
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you, Steve.
Take care. All right. That's all that is here at the Timberland Library Systems Administration Office. Wow. These public employees need to get their act together. When they're having the public come in and just be in a public space that they're allowed to be in. This is just not okay. So anyways, I'm curious what you guys think. Comment below. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that all notifications so you can get my stories as I publish them. Remember, I do put updates in the community tab here and there, as is appropriate. Recently, a lot of the stories have been of such importance that I've actually been, posting video updates. So just be aware of the community tab. I put stuff in there. I know it's not the most easy to see and notified about location, but just remember that's there. So I'm done here at the Timberland Library Systems Administration Office. and also done with my follow-up on the Department of Enterprise Services. So I will catch you guys at the next location. Thanks as always for watching. Take care.